Don't engage alone. We do this together.
Yeah!
We got it! We got it!
New 52 book.
Somebody clip this one.
Welcome to Comic Talk. I'm Jared, and today I'm going to be discussing a little list that I put together. So what I did is I put together a list of my favorite DC Comics events. Now, by events, I mean big bombastic storylines that have encompassed multiple books, because obviously I could have gone with like Quarter Owls, but that was really isolated to the Bat family area. So I wanted to pick events that like factored in the entire DC universe. So let's get started. So my number one favorite event, actually know it, number one on this list, because these are not in a particular order. Number one is Infinite Crisis. Reason why I like that is because you have so many fantastic events. I mean, occurrences in the events, like Wonder Woman meeting Golden Age Wonder Woman and talking and having Golden Age Wonder Woman actually inform post-crisis Wonder Woman about like how to be a hero. So I really love that. You have Superman fighting the Golden Age Superman who didn't have like the kryptonite exposure. Then you also have Superboy Prime destroying literally everything, which was one of the coolest things I have seen in a DC Comics in a while. And then you really have that night, because Infinite Crisis, I think, was kind of like a love letter / saying goodbye to the golden age of comics like characters, because that's like that Superman, that Lois Lane, that Superboy were like put away. So it was really cool to like see that done respectfully. Number two, Dark Knight's Metal. Here's why I like this. And it has more to do with the other tie-ins in the book, is because they had tie-ins where it would be the origin of each of those Dark Knights. You had like the Batman who laughs before he was overused, which was basically Batman if he became the Joker. Then you have the Drowned, which I love this one. It's a female Batman that gained Atlantean water powers to fight the Atlanteans. I really dig that. Then you have the Devastator, which is Doomsday Batman. Then you have the Merciless, which is God of War Batman, and Dawnbreaker, which is Green Lantern Batman. So there's a lot of really cool like versions of Batman in that book. Granted, it spawned like a lot of BS-ery in DC in the coming like years, but overall I enjoyed it. Third is Final Crisis. Now here's the thing. I went through quite a transformation when it comes to Final Crisis. So with Final Crisis, I used to not really dig it that much because I thought it was hard to understand. Then I actually read the Omnibus, which has every tie-in. And Final Crisis is one of those books where you have to read the tie-ins because they give you crucial like background information to better understand the events in the book. Granted, there's still a little bit of BS-ery because it's Grant Morrison, but still the overall story of like free will, really good. You also have Batman using a gun in my favorite line where he goes, "I've taken a vow against using a firearm, but for you, Darkseid, I'm making a once-in-a-lifetime exception." I love that line. Next, this was my favorite event, Darkseid War from the New 52. Because what I liked about this one, so it involved a lot of apocalypse stuff, which I love because I love the new gods. Then you had the Justice League getting the powers of gods. Like Shazam became the god of gods. He got like new powers. Batman became the god of knowledge. He was on the Mobius chair. Flash merged with the Black Racer and became the god of death. And Superman was like corrupted by the apocalypse fire pits and then became like the god of strength. But he was like all like negative and reverse. Then you have the Justice League teaming up with the Crime Syndicate to fight the Anti-Monitor. Then you can get the Anti-Monitor versus Darkseid. There's so many fantastic moments in the storyline that it stands as like one of, if not my favorite DC event. And then number 5 is Sinestro Corp War. Yes, this, even though this was a Green Lantern thing, it involved the DC universe because they came to Earth. And I love this line because one of the coolest things about Sinestro Corp War is that Superboy Prime became a Sinestro Corps member. And what's cool about it, the way they did this was so cool. So Superman is fighting Superboy Prime, I believe, and they knock him into a bridge. And Superboy Prime injures Crypto. Then Clark, Kara, and Power Girl show up. Their faces are like obscured with shadow, and then all you see is the red eyes, and they're like, let's go, dude, and they beat the crap out of him. I love that event. It's so cool. Plus then you get the amazing moment of the people not evacuating the city because they're standing with their superhero, which is Hal. Then you have the end where it's like, when every other city was evacuated, no one left Coast City. So instead of being known as Ghost City, it's now known as Coast City, the city without fear. And I'm sorry, that is just really compelling stuff. So those are my top 5 like favorite events of all time for DC. I may do one for Marvel if you guys are interested in that. But let me know what you think of my list. Drop below your favorite DC Comics events, and then we can really like have a good discussion on that. So be sure to become a member if you haven't already, because you get these Comic Talk episodes a day early. And you get access to the members-only live stream, which will be this Thursday at, I believe, 8 p.m. I have to confirm the time, but point is, this Thursday, we will be just hanging out. And, yeah, stay heroic, everyone. I'll be sure to see you in the next one. Remember, Lois Lane is Lois Lane. She belongs to General Zod. So is the Max About for Life. See you later.